Good afternoon. Greetings from the Institute of Global Professional IGP. Greetings from the Institute of Global Professional IGP. Thank you all for joining us and staying with us till the end. Honorable Knowledge Seeker, today I am your host for the afternoon. My name is Badum Dash. I am from Bangladesh. Dear Knowledge Seeker, I am proud to be associated with IGP. IGP is a social and certified international education and training institute. In last years, we already served 35 million plus knowledge seeker from 100 plus countries. IGP is internationally recognized and globally accredited. We are connected to more than 450 plus profession and 4,500 plus organizations. Institute of Global Professional is an education institute that provides social work globally recognized and reportable. We serve student community resource providing holistic social work and education. We believe that it's not effective to increase fun skills just by offering formal education. So we provide effective training and consultation to generate proficient generation all over the world. We distribute our services locally, nationally, internationally to students, job seeker, job holder, and also for learner, the respective campus location and distance learning platform. We are an occupational and dependable institute. IGP is one of the famous online institute from all over the world. Our vision is education is not a business product, it's a part of our human rights. Based on our vision, we are trying to reach all corners of the world for free webinar, seminar courses, award, quiz competition, mentoring, and counseling, etc. On the other side, we are also trying to offer more than 100 premium services for free. Likely don't profile website, resume builder, cover letter, most platform for gathering general knowledge which can update all day. Kids learning games at free course conversation, expectation, and become highly skilled people. We implement training offline online courses for real learner by professional trainer, speaker, and coaches. Our sessions are conducted by global engineering professionals to develop all kind of youth and promote the education of their abilities and personal speaking knowledge is crucial for the state of global professional. We believe that knowledge is love and light and vision. So we try to answer the needs of the generation and we serve them with research and practice method. We must have a genuine concept for the learner to represent more diversity, growth, and innovation are required to lead a session with professionalism, passion, and integrity. RGB member are committed to offering effective best quality service and continual improvement so that individuals who seek information can improve their skill level and follow. Before we move to the next, let me remind don't forget to share, tag, and mention your friend in the comment box. The support is very valuable for us. Thank you. Before we move to the next, let me remind don't forget to share, tag, and mention your friend in the comment box. The support is very valuable for us. Thank you. Moving to the next with your continuous support. We already completed 1951 webinars successfully. Moving to the next with your continuous support. We already completed 1951 webinars successfully. Dear IGP speaker, participant, and web publisher, at this moment, this is very important message for you all. We change and design our website www.eduigp.com. On this website, we have surplus for everyone. Hope you will be benefited. We already launched a new website where you can find all our previous activities together with lots of new features. But one strong point is that without an account or login, you cannot enjoy our service. So create an account for once with profile information. Note that with profile information, you will enjoy all features. With mismatched data, you cannot do anything here. From now on, you have to participate in live quiz competition on our website. We replace slide. You have to join directly on our website. Now you can check all of our previous webinars with verified certificate. Now it's easier and time limited because after the session, we will not provide any code for certification. You have to take part in one exam. After that, if you pass, you will receive a certificate, otherwise not. But you can take part in an exam unlimited till you pass. If you are an IGP speaker, you can download all your previous certificate, speakership certificate. If you are a host of IGP, you can download a certificate of gratitude. If you are an online live quiz competition winner, you can download a certificate of participation. If you are selected for a lifetime membership, then you can download a certificate of lifetime membership easily. Besides this, we participate in an award function which organizes combined support with IGP. You can download that also. You can instantly prepare and download 18 tabs releases certificate from our website using me. Certificate of Global Professional Membership, Certificate of Global Influence in the Pandemic, Certificate of Active Knowledge Seeker, Certificate of Social Activities in the Pandemic, Certificate of Achievement IGP Knowledge Seeking Campaign 2020, 2021, and 2022, Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 1, Authentic Assessment in Teaching Learning, Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 2, Teaching Foreign Language and Assessment, Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 3, Digital Classroom Engagement Tools, Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 4, The New Trend in Education, Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 5, Upskill Leadership and Management Skills, Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 6, Trend and Innovation in Mathematics Education, Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 7, Research and Comprehension Approach, Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 8, Art in Teaching a Special Program in the Art, Sarvira Participation Webinar Series 9, 21st Century Turing Teaching Mathematics, Sarvira Bajib Corporate Ambassador, Sarvira Bajib Campus Ambassador, which you can prepare and download within a minute. From now on, you can participate in 1000 plus international level quiz with verified certificate. Teaching tips for teacher, health for parents, health tips for teens, gamification tools for teacher. You can join IGP alumni. You can check out our Fitness Student Services website for free and many more. Dear RGP well-wisher, we promised previously, but lack of technical problem, we are late selling you on time. This is a great opportunity to collect your previous conditions with soft solution from our website. Now I can handle reset password, everything, and check it out for all of my details. It's a product request to check us button and pages on our website. You like and should be benefited. Thank you, but note that without an account or login, you cannot enjoy our service. At present, we are going to start our 1952 webinar, which name is Types of Research Gaps. And today our speaker name is Dr. Tabassum Hammer. She is from India. Before I hand over the stage to our speaker, let me share a little bit about her assistant professor Al Barakat Institute of Education. Now, very important moment for me to invite our speaker to IGP with her presentation. Now, very important moment for me to invite our speaker to IGP with her presentation. Hello, ma'am. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Thank you so much for introducing myself over this platform. Let me introduce myself. I am Dr. Tabassum Qamar from India. I'm working at Albert Institute of Education at the post of assistant professor. So today I'm going to discuss on the topic types of research gap. So before discussing on the topic, let me give you a glimpse of that topic, research gap, before discussing that its types. Basically, we can contribute to the progress and knowledge of humanity. For this, we need to first identify research gaps in the existing literature. So this research gap is not any topic that is to be discussed at uh, means occasionally. It is rather we can say that it is a very important or crucial topic, and it gives the direction of further research for any person who is interested in doing or or contributing something else or new to the an area of that of his interest area. So a research gap is simply a topic or area for which missing or insufficient information limits the ability to reach a conclusion or for a question. Now the again the question arises, what type of question it is that is answered by this research gap. So, for example, if we ask the research question of what the healthiest diet for human is, we would find many studies and possible answers to that. If we were to ask the research question of what are the effects of antidepressants on pregnant women, we would not find much existing data. So this question reflects the research gap, as we are not having much information about that. Means many means less studies have been conducted so far on this topic, or the researchers did not highlighted this aspect in their studies so far. So this is the research gap, that gap that is existing in research. Now let me discuss it in detail. So as shown in the first slide, what is research gap? A research gap is essentially an unanswered question or unresolved problem in a field which reflects a lack of existing research in that space. So we can say that it is an unanswered question or unresolved problem. Means so far nobody has discussed about that topic or has thrown the light on that area. That is still an unanswered question or unresolved. The problem has not been resolved till so far. So this is the research gap. Alternatively, a research gap can also exist when there is already a fair deal of existing research, but where the findings of the studies pull in different directions, making it difficult to draw firm conclusions. So, means I just want to show you that this is not always the case where the studies have not been done so far. It may be possible number of studies have been done in that area, but But the results of these studies are having so much variation that we do not have means firm conclusion means what these studies are saying. We do not have a generalization on that topic related to that topic. We have different findings from the different studies conducted so far, though the topic was same, though the area was same. So that is also the research gap. For example, let's say your research aims to identify the cause or causes of a particular disease. Upon reviewing the literature, you may find that there is a body of research that points towards cigarette smoking as a key factor. But at the same time, a large body of research that finds no link between smoking and the disease. In that case, you may have something of a research gap that warrants further investigations. What does it means that uh, some research on the same topic on the same area showing something else means the result are something else, and some researchers are finding something else on the same area on the same topic. So we are not getting a firm conclusion, we are not reaching to a generalization, we are not reaching at a single conclusion about that. So this means something is missing in between these, something is the some gap is there. So that's why this is called the research gap. A research gap is a question or a problem that has not been answered by any of the existing studies or research within the field. Research gap exists when there is new concept or idea that has not been studied so far. Sometimes we will find a research gap if all the existing research is outdated and in need of new updated research, or a specific population has not been studied. Oh, so I think first 2 points are clear, are very much clear and have been discussed earlier. So the third point, I will say about the third point that a research gap if all the existing research is outdated. If in that research in that topic the data has been used is outdated, so there is a need to refresh that data or to, and if we refresh that data, might be the result may change, might be the results are different from the earlier one. So this is the gap. We cannot take that research or the findings of that research to the whole life of a person, because the situations are changing, the society, the needs of the peoples are changing. So we cannot generalize those studies uh, to lifelong or to a long period. So there is need to refresh the data which has been earlier used. Uh, that also create research gap. For example, I have taken an example to make you more clear about what is a research gap. For example, the relationship between job satisfaction and job performance among employees, a case study of private institute of Uttar Pradesh. Here you can see the gap which is existing in the study in the area which has been taken by a researcher. For example, just like relationship between job satisfaction and job performance among employees. This study, what the study is doing, what will be the result, it will reflect the relationship between job satisfaction and job performance of the employees, and employees of what, employees of a private institutes, employees of private institute, and they belong to the one state of India, that is the Uttar Pradesh. Okay, so this study can be conducted on a large sample, means the whole India can be covered in that study. Fine. So this is the gap which is existing in the in this research, which is the gap which is which has been shown or which can be shown through this study, as it is only emphasizing a one, it is only focusing on the one aspect, that is the one area of the of the whole country. So that we can conduct further research by taking the whole country. And another thing is that private institutes. Okay, so this also shows the research gap, because in this study only private institute has been entertained, but we can take the government institutions and semi-government institutions. So this is the gap, that this study focuses only the private institute. Another thing is that the study is showing the relationship between two factors: job satisfaction and job performance. We can take many more factors. In addition to that, we can see the effect of job satisfaction on job performance. We can see the effect of one variable on another variable. So many more studies can be conducted by taking this or by taking the help of this study, as it is helping us in finding out the research gap, and these gaps can be filled by conducting many more studies in this area. Let me now, how to identify research gap. So how can we identify these research gap? So for this, first is conduct a thorough literature review. Without going through the literature review, without going through the literature, the available studies, we cannot find the research gap. So before conducting a fresh study, before conducting a before doing or spending time on doing something on a fresh topic, or in order to find out a topic to be studied, uh, to need to be studied, we must go through the literature review or the studies available on that area, on that topic. This will help us, definitely this will help us in finding out the gap, and we can conduct our study to fill up that gap. So first is conduct a thorough literature review. Review existing literature on your topic of interest. Means, what type of literature we have to review? We have to review those literature which are related to our interest area, in which we are interested. For example, if I am a science student and want to conduct a study on a science subject topic, and so I should go to review the literature available in that area, not literature, not going through the studies conducted so far in the area of social science and so on. It will waste our time. So in less time we can find out the gap in that area. Second, identify the key concept, theories and findings in the field. Third, pay attention to any inconsistencies, contradictions, or areas where the literature falls short. Now, second point is, in identification, what can help us? Analyze existing studies. Evaluate the methodologies used in previous studies. Are there limitations or areas for improvement? So just go through the methodologies what had been used so far in the studies in the interest area or in the topic which we are going to take, and we have to find out the limitations or areas for improvement. What were the limitations of the methods used by earlier, used by the researchers earlier, and what methods can be modified or improved in order to find out the more reliable results of the studies. Next is, look for unanswered question or aspect of the topic that have not been adequately addressed. So research, in order to find out the research gap, we need to we need to Focus on the unanswered questions, mean what has not been discussed so far in the studies, what aspect of the topic has been left by the researchers who have conducted studies on the topic earlier. Now, identify any emerging trends or development that may not be fully explained. Uh, uh, about this point, I would like to say identify any emerging trends or development that may not be fully explained means we have also focused on the trends or developments, means what has not been discussed in the topic. The researcher showing that he is going to study on that trend or on that development or on that aspect, but when we go through that study we find that it has not been explained as it would be. So, this is showing the gap, and this will help us to conduct a fresh study on that topic. Next is consider practical applications. So, considering practical applications also helps in identifying the research gap. How? Let me explain. Assess the practical implications of existing research means the research which are available on that particular topic, how far they are feasible or they have practical implications we can implement on the situations, we can use these results in the current situation. If the research is outdated, we cannot implement the results of that studies in present situation. So we have to assess the implications of those findings of the researches conducted so far. Means it is showing that the findings were uh, important, the findings can be implemented and could be implemented in earlier situations, but now the situation has changed and we cannot implement these findings today. So we need to study, we need to make fresh study on that topic. For example, today's children, you can see, are more smart, are more techno friendly, and earlier children were not so much techno friendly. So the studies conducted earlier showing the development of children, they have these capabilities at this stage, they will be able to do this, to do the things at this level. So if we compare those findings today, we can say today's children are much more smart, so we can adopt many advanced strategies to deal with the students or for their proper development. So this shows the research gap, because earlier the findings of the earlier study are not matching with the current situations. So we need to conduct research in that area. Next is identify areas where the applications of research finding may be limited or where practical situations are lacking. Same way, means the applications of research findings may be limited means where how means to what level we can implement these. The applications of the research findings means we can apply the research findings. What is the limitations? What is the level, what is the extent to which we can apply the findings of those studies, and beyond that we cannot apply them, so we need to study. This also indicate the research gap, because we need to conduct such studies which can be the findings of which can be applied beyond that limit. Next is engage with academic course. Attend conferences, seminars, and workshops in your fields. Attending seminar, conference, these has or workshops, they all helps in refreshing our knowledge. For example, we have a concept about something, and if we attend such type of conferences, seminar, the our concept refresh, or it becomes more refined, becomes more uh, clear. So they all are helping in adding the knowledge to and adding the knowledge and experience, as well as in refinement of our concept. So this also helps, this also reflect the gaps where or this also indicate the help in indicating the direction of for conducting new research. And next is participate in discussions and engage with researchers to understand current debates and concerns. Means we should have uh, knowledge about the current situations, what the situations are changing, how they are changes, what is the need of today's, what type of studies to be conducted, what are the problems arising in the society, and so on. Pay attention to areas where there are differing opinions or unresolved issues. Means the areas where differing opinions means we are not reaching to a general conclusion or a firm conclusion, and we have different answers from the different studies, different findings from the different studies. So this also helps in finding out the research gap or in giving us the direction to conduct new research. Consult experts in the field. Next, consulting with expert also help us in finding out the research gap. How? Reach out to expert in your field for their insight. Discuss your research ideas with mentors, colleagues, or professors who may provide guidance on potential gaps. So they also help us in finding out such gaps or in giving us direction for conducting new research, because they are expert, they have much more knowledge, they are they have tank of knowledge. They can with the knowledge and their experiences, with their insights, they can suggest us in a more better way than us, what aspect we are lagging behind, what aspect we are not touching in our topic. They can help us in indicating that the important aspect is that, and we have to go to a study on that aspect, not which we are focusing earlier. Means we are still in the means we are still on the road to learn. So these experts help us in finding out the directions where the studies or fresh studies can be conducted. We our mentors, colleagues, or professors who may provide guidance on potential gaps. They also suggest us the gaps existing in that area, so we should consult with them in order to find out the uh, research gap or in order to identify such gaps. Next is examine citations and references. Citations and references also plays an important role. They are not just mentioning where we have from where we have taken our means content or data. They also give direction to others who are in the process of conducting research, who are in the process of adding some knowledge to the adding some knowledge or experience or contributing to the progress of the society. So in that, explore the citations and references in relevant articles. Relevant articles means related to our area or interest area or topic, and not going through thousands or millions of articles, we will find nothing. We should start or we should find the articles or references or citations which are related to our interest area. Next is identify seminal works and see if subsequent research has built upon or challenged those foundations. Check if there are gaps in the citation network, indicating areas with limited attention. So, citation also helps us in finding out the research gap. Now, consider new developments. Uh, Stay updated on recent developments, technologies, or trends related to your topic. Assess whether the existing literature adequately covers these new developments or if there is a need for updated research. So, consider new developments as I discussed earlier that the situations are not same and will not remain same forever. They are changing, and with the change in with the scientific advancement, they are changing at a rapid rate. Today we are using AI, and earlier we were not able to use such facilities, or we have not heard the name of AI. So time has changed. So the stay updated or recent development, so we should stay updated what changes are taking place in the society, what developments are taking, what trends are related to our topic. So when we think about conducting research, we should go through them, assess whether the existing literature adequately covers, means the studies conducted till now. We have to just check out whether they are covering these new developments. If there is a need for updated research, we should go in that area. Next is think critically. Develop a critical mindset when reviewing literature. Question assumptions and methodologies. Means critical mindset. A person when go through the study just studied and find out what has been done so far, and another person who critically think the consequences, the applications of the findings, and the data used, the limitations of applications, the limitations of the studies, what has not been covered in that area. So with that critical mindset, we can find out the question, or we can find out the new areas of research. Consider alternative perspective and approaches that may not have been explained in existing research. We can also alternative perspective means instead of that we can choose another one, and approaches that has not been used so far we can use in that study on that topic, and they may not have been explained in the existing research. They will surely help you in giving you direction to conduct new research or fresh research in that area. Next, use research tools and databases. Utilize academic databases and research tools to explore a wide range of literature. Academic databases where all the where you can find out the studies of your interest area. The store of those studies means number of studies conducted in that area you can find there through these databases. Research tools to explain a wide range of literature. Conduct keyword searches and use filters to identify research and relevant studies. Research tools and database helps in finding out the gaps in minimum time without wasting much of our precious time in going through the literatures, finding out, because we have to choose a fine way to reach that gap, or to identify the new topic, or to identify the area where the studies need to be conducted. So these research tools and database will help us in finding out such topics or such areas. Brainstorm and reflect. Another one that helps us in identifying the uh, research gap is brainstorm and reflect. Take time to reflect on your own observations and experiences. Consider how your unique perspective or approach might fill a gap in the existing literature. Means brainstorm and reflect means thinking about that. Reflect on your own observation. What have you observed? What have you experienced? Just reflect on, just think about that. Uh, just think about your observation and experiences and find out whether they need to be studied or not. Consider how your unique perspective or approach might fill a gap. Means this reflection will surely help you in finding out in answering the question that the approach or perspective which you are which you are planning to consider in your study might fill a gap in the existing literature or not. So we can say that by combining these strategies, researchers can systematically identify gaps in the literature and formulate research questions that contribute meaningfully to the advancement of knowledge in their field. Now, the types of research gap. We have discussed the identification, how we can identify these research gaps. Now it's time to discuss the types of research gap. What types of research gaps are there that exist, and in where means which areas are there. We can focus on that and finding out the research gap if we are going through a literature. So what part should I focus on? That should I on focus on the abstract or introduction or the methodologies, and which part of the study will help us in finding out the gap. So they all are important because they come under the types of research gap. These are the research gaps which are existing in the literature or in the studies conducted uh, earlier. So first is evidence gap, then knowledge gap, practical knowledge gap, methodological gap, empirical gap, population gap, and theoretical gap. These are the seven types of research gap that exist. So in the next slides, we will discuss them one by one. Evidence gap. The first is evidence gap. As its name indicate, evidence means proof. So an evidence gap means there is no evidence or insufficient evidence to address the research problem. New research finding contradicts already accepted conclusions. Evidence gap also means contradictions in the findings of the previous research. So what does it mean? There is no evidence or insufficient evidence to address the research problem. If we are taking a research problem, if we have a research problem and we want to conduct a study, but before conducting a study on that research problem, we find out the gap. So this evidence gap means we are not getting enough evidence or insufficient evidence which are addressing that problems. Means studies have been conducted but that area have not been touched by the researchers. New research findings contradicts, or another thing is that in the second point it indicates that if it has been touched by the researchers or studies have been conducted on that area, on that research problem, but the findings are contradicting the already accepted conclusions. Means the studies in that area are not reaching to a firm conclusion. The third point is that evidence gap also means contradiction in the findings of the previous research. Means if we conduct a research study and we get we find new results of that study, it doesn't means our results are not applicable, but situations has changed, so findings may be changed. The findings may be contrary with the earlier situation. The data has changed, the situations has changed, the mindset has changed, so findings may contradict with the earlier research or previous research. Second is knowledge gap. It is also known as knowledge void gap. Two different situations may rise. First, knowledge may not exist in the actual field of theories, literature, or insufficient knowledge present. Second, Result of a study may differ from what was expected. So, first, knowledge may not exist in the actual field of theories. Literature or insufficient knowledge presence means that theories, the literature, or the knowledge present, uh, uh, but they are not reflecting that aspect which we are taking, which we are planning or considering to take in the research. Means the studies have not focused on those theories or literature, so we need to conduct research in order to to frame such theories, or to create some theories or knowledge create for the new knowledge creation. We can conduct studies in these area. Second, results of a study may differ from what was expected. So it may happen, or usually happen, that the results are not in line with the earlier studies, because the data maybe the limits were there while the data has been taken by the in the earlier researches, and you are taking another data of the same age range or level. So the findings may differ. For example, earliest in earlier studies, one region has been covered, means someone covered the one of the region of India, another in the same topic another person covered another region of the area, and you are taking a different region. So findings may differ. Or you can say that the subjects or the data which have been taken by the persons were different. Means you studied the child, they studied the adults, another one studied the adolescent. Or if we talk about the employees, so some private institute employees has been studied. Studies has been conducted on private employees, government employees, semi government, or mixed. So it depends upon the data, upon the area, upon the factors, and so on. Many things are there. So the studies on the same topic may reflect different findings. Next is practical knowledge gap. A practical knowledge gap is a type of research gap where, when professional practice practical knowledge of research area, research topic deviate from already conducted research reports or findings. A practical knowledge gap is a type of research gap where, when professional practical knowledge of research area, research topic deviate from already conducted research, means the studies which have been conducted in that area earlier have earlier deviate from the practical aspect. If we see the practical aspects, means where we can apply this knowledge, so the in terms of its application, there are deviations, there are variations. Means the results of a study has a practical implication on that particular area, on that particular level. And some studies conducted on the same topics have another application. So this may be because of, as I said earlier, this may be because of the data you chosen for the study, the area you chosen for the study, the subject you chosen for the study. They may impact, or they may influence the practical aspect of your study. Methodological gap. Another type of research gap is methodological gap. Methodology gap is a type of research gap where a new research method or distinction in already available research method is needed to accurate results and new research insight. Means maybe the methods used earlier were not uh, were means have changed with the situations, so we need to conduct fresh studies. Mm, Uh, I'm very sorry. I'm taking a 1 minute break because discharging because the laptop is discharging. So I'm just going to connect it. Just a minute, please. I'm very much sorry for that. Okay, so we were discussing the type of research gap, methodological gap. So methodological gap means the methods which has been used earlier need modification or changes. The methods were outdated. The methods need some type of changes, or new methods should be applied, or should be employed in that study. So there may be a methodological gap in the research. So we can take new methods, we can modify the earlier methods and conduct new studies in that area. Empirical gap. The next type is empirical gap. The empirical gap is a type of research gap where research finding needs to be evaluated or empirically verified. Means the findings of the earlier research. So we first evaluate these findings or empirically verified whether they have some practical aspect, whether they are able to be implemented in the situations, in the available situations, whether they are the findings of the earlier research are able to answer the questions, research questions, or if we need to do something else, or if we need to do some fresh research in that area. Next type of research is population gap. Population gap is type of research gap that deals with a population which is not adequately depicted research in the prior research. For example, age bracket of a specific geographical zone with reference to any specific disease or role of ant specific race in disease epidemic. So population research gap means a population gap means in the earlier research, when we go through the literature review and in the interest area, and we find that the population which has been studied in these researches is not adequately depicted in the prior means the studies, the population which has been taken or is considering in the earlier studies is not matching with the population which we are going to take. Here the age bracket of a specific geographical zones means might be the studies has been conducted in the area or on the topic in on children, and we are we are willing to conduct the research on the same topic but on adults or adolescents. For example, if the studies which are available on the aptitude of teaching aptitude, okay, and we want to study the aptitude of other professions, what type of graduate have aptitude for different professions. So means the population is different here. Same here, the zone may be different, the area where the studies have been conducted may be different, because the b- because a large sample reflect more reliable data than the a short sample, and generally we conduct studies on we limit our studies by the areas, by the population. Means we do not take the whole population, we just take a sample of that. So this population gap also reflect the research gap or give the direction to conduct a new study in that area. Next is theoretical gap. Theory gap is a type of research gap where theory needs to be applied in addressing certain research issues to get new research insights. Lack of theoretical research and knowledge leads to generate theoretical gap in research. Theoretical gap means the theory or the knowledge where theory need to be applied in addressing certain research issues to get new research insight. Means the theory which are or the knowledge which are available on that topic or interest area reflect some particular issues. Now it is a need to address more issues in that area, so we need to refresh that knowledge. We need to theoretical work means here we are talking about the qualitative researches to be conducted in that area. So qualitative researches which have been earlier conducted did not reflect such type of issues or did not give solution to the issues prevailing in the society or need to be addressed. So that also indicate the gap and give the direction that new researches need to be conducted in that area. So that is the last slide of my topic. Hope you have understood what has been discussed, and we wish the gap has been clear to you. Or before going through new studies, you might be able to find out the gap first, because gap plays an important role. If we are planning to conduct research and we take the same topic which has been taken earlier, and we conduct the same research with the same population, we will find nothing new will be come out from our study. That and the applications means something should have applications. So if we are following the same path which have been followed earlier and not moving here and there, not taking another means not very deviated from that path, so we will find nothing new or we will contribute nothing to the knowledge of the society. So we need to conduct research, but before that we need to go through the literature review in order to find out the gap and the types of research gap and how they can be identified. I think they are clear to you, and you will keep in mind before conducting new research, and your time, your money which you are going to spend during that period will come out in a fruitful result. Thank you so much. That was my presentation. Hope it would be beneficial to you. Thank you so much. Hello, ma'am.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your rich presentation, which can impact our knowledge seekers surely. After your presentation, I hope our knowledge seeker can learn something new, which was our only intention. Learn and grow together, IGP Knowledge Seeker. Once again, thank you so much, ma'am, for your presentation. Now, ma'am, it's time for our question answer session, which is the one
Yeah,
more
sure.
valuable part of our regular webinar. Honorable ma'am, please stay with us. After a short video, we will back in our session part 2, which is the question answer part. Dear IGP Knowledge Seeker, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After question answer, we have a webinar certification and online quiz competition.
Okay,
The
ma'am.
IGP knowledge seeker, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After question answer, we have a webinar certification and online quiz competition. Welcome back, ma'am. Welcome back, our participant. Dear IGP knowledge seeker, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After question answer, we have a webinar certification and online quiz competition. Dear IGP knowledge seeker, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After question answer, we have an online quiz competition. আবার কি electricity মানে? Ma'am, our first question is from Isha. Ma'am, Tabassu, can you explain the impartial gap?
Okay. What is the empirical gap? Means empirical gap means the have you go through the these slides and hope you all slides are clear to you. The evidence empirical gap I am going to discuss you again. So uh, just a minute. The empirical gap is a type of research gap where research findings need to be evaluated or empirically verified. It means the findings of the previous research, the researches which has been done so far. We need to evaluate these findings, whether they have some empirical results, whether they have some applications in the present situation, whether they are able to answer the questions which the research questions which we are having or not. So, before conducting fresh research, we should go through the findings of the earlier research and not only reading those findings but evaluating those findings, the applications of those findings, the applicability of those findings. So, empirical gap reflects the applicability of those findings, means to what extent they can be used in today's situation. So, I think it is clear now.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your answer, ma'am. There is no more questions from our participants. So once again, thank you so much, ma'am, for your time in IGP. We have learned a lot from you with new topic. It will add some value to our day-to-day activity along with our academic and professional growth. Honorable ma'am, hope to see you again with a new topic and a new date. Thank you, ma'am. Take care.
Thank you so much. And I really enjoyed this session, and thankful to you and your team for inviting me for this session and giving me the chance to speak on this platform. Thank you so much. Thank you, IGP team.
Welcome, ma'am. Honorable ma'am, before we move to the next, if you want to leave this studio, you can.
Oh, thank you so much.
Their RGP notification for the webinar certification process is the most attractive and powerful part of our regular webinar. After a short video, we will start our webinar certification. After webinar certification, we have an online quiz competition and quiz certification. Their RGP notification for the webinar certification process is the most attractive and powerful part of our regular webinar. After a short video, we will start our webinar certification. After webinar certification, we have an online quiz competition and quiz certification. Certification process. Visit www.radioigp.com. Please make sure your presence on our website. Find the learning session and get enrolled. After watching Omning Part 1, move to the next to the learning test. Passing by very personally pass. Back to the course again to download your certificate. If you retake the quiz, download your certificate in PDF or JPG. Dear IGP Knowledge Seeker, for your attention, I am going to share the procedure again. Visit www.radioigp.com. Please make sure your presence on our website. Find the learning session and get enrolled. After watching Omning Part 1, move to the next to the learning test, passing mark very personally pass back to the course again to download your certificate. If fail to retake the quiz, download your certificate in PDF or JPG. Dear IGP Nursing, it's time for the most engaging part of this webinar, which is an online quiz competition, which is our regular webinar activity. We have changed a few processes for online quiz competition. Note that after life, no one can participate. Now, time for the online quiz competition. To join the online quiz competition properly, please follow my instruction carefully. Now, time for the online quiz competition. To join the online quiz competition properly, please follow my instruction carefully. Visit www.radioigp.com and sign up or sign. Without this, you cannot join live quiz competition anymore. Press the live quiz button or given link. Find the session name and join with your loved website or user account. Click join and wait for a few minutes for others to join. Enjoy an online live quiz competition. After the quiz, we will issue certificate for top 10 as previously, which you can find on official Facebook page and group Institute of Global Professional. After a short video, we will start our quiz session. With 18 people, we are going to start our quiz session right now. First question is, what are type of secondary research? Is it option 1 or option 2? Option 2 is the right answer and 14% people are right here. Our next question is, what are types of primary research? Is it option 1 or option 2? Option 2 is the right answer and 13% people are right here. Our third question is, what are type of primary research? Is it option 1 or option 2? Option 1 is the right answer, and 47% people are right here. Our next question is, what are the three main type of qualitative research design? Is it option 1 or option 2?
আপনারা বা আমি সাকিব আমরা যে অপূর্ণ আপনাদের কথা বলছি তো প্রচারণা ওটা তো হচ্ছে যে সমস্ত আলু করার কারণটা হচ্ছে যে সমস্ত তরকারিতে দেখবে আলু থাকে আলু যেহেতু পচা হাতে তুলে ফেলেছে গন্ধ ছড়াবে তো সেই জায়গা থেকে আপনি
Option 2 is the right answer. 80% people are right here. Our next question is, type of qualitative research. Is it option 1 or option 2?
সেই পরিবারের মধ্যে এই থার্ড পার্সন ঢুকে গন্ধ ছড়িয়ে তারপর আপনি আমাকে নিয়ে কথা বললেন আপনি আমাকে আমার কাছে বলেছেন ভাবি যে আরেকটা কথা যে গান বাংলাতে আপনি আরো কিছু কারণে জানতাম যেমন আপনি যেভাবে পানি খেতে পছন্দ করেন আপনি যেভাবে চা খেতে পছন্দ করেন এবং এমনকি
Option 2 is the right answer. 86% people are right here. Our next question is,
মহিলা আলু পচা গন্ধ
what are the types of behavioral research methods? Is it option 1 or option 2?
আপনার গান বাংলাতে চুপ করে বসে থাকে কখন হচ্ছে তাপস ভাইয়া কফি খাবে তাহলে সে কফি খাবে কখন তাপস ভাইয়া পানি খাবে কখন সে পানি খাবে কখন আপনি কিভাবে কফি খেতে সেটা খাবে এমন গান বাংলাতে যারা যারা গান করতে আসে বা যারা যে ছেলে মেয়েরা ওখানে বল তাদেরকে মনিভাবে যেভাবে
Option 1 is the right answer, and 50% people are right here. Our next question is, the two main type of market research are, is it option 1 or option 2?
যাই হোক খুবই দুঃখ লাগছে যে আগে আমরা থেকে
Option 2 is the right answer. 93% people are right here. Our next question is, who carried out research into type of attachment? Is it option 1 or option 2?
সামান্য কথা অনেক বেশি আমার আমি আমার মনে হয় আপনি আমি কথা চলে গেছে আমার বোনের সাথে স্বামীর সাথে অনেক কথা বলেছেন এবং সিমিলার কথাগুলো তাকেও বলেছেন হয়তো বা সেই জায়গা থেকে ভাবি আসলে এই আন্দোলন থেকে আমার পরিবারটা যাকে বলে যে ন্যাচাকার বা ডিস্ট্রয় লাইফ হয়েছে
Option 2 is the right answer. 88% people are right here. Our second last question of the session is, type of qualitative researcher. Is it option 1 or option 2?
ভালোভাবে চলে আমার আমার মন থেকে আপনাদের জন্য আপনি আমাকে ভালো
Option 2 is the right answer. 13%, 31% people are right here. Our last and final question of the session is, three type of biomedical research. Is it option 1 or option 2?
কথাবার্তা বা আমাকে উপস্থাপক বসেছিলেন উপস্থাপক আসলে একটু বোকার মতো কাজ করছিলেন উপস্থাপক হয়তো বা চেয়েছে আমাকে আসলে আপনাদের সামনে কাজ করে
Option 1 is the right answer. 93% people are right here. Congratulations to our online quiz competition at top 10. Congratulations again. We will take a few minutes for finalizing the result. After that, we will issue our online quiz competition certificate on official Facebook page and group Institute of Global Professional. Congratulations to our online quiz competition at top 10. Congratulations again. We will take a few minutes for finalizing the result. After that, we will issue our online quiz competition certificate on official Facebook page and group Institute of Global Professional. Congratulations to our online quiz competition at top 10. Congratulations again. We will take a few minutes for finalizing the result. After that, we will issue our online quiz competition certificate on official Facebook page and group instead of Global Professional. At the end of our session, we can properly feed your skill. Never stop learning, cause life never stop teaching us. Be happy, stay safe. See you again and again. We want your participation in every program. If you want to live a happy life, try to a goal, not a people or things. Albert Einstein. Before I start, hit the like button. Again, want to thank all IGP knowledge seeker for your active participation. As always, see you again in the next session. Thank you.